What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be building a Shopify store with the one product theme from Themato. So I'll be leaving the link in the description box down below, and let's go ahead and get started. This is kind of showing them how they design the store in under 4 minutes or something like that. I don't know if I'll be able to do that today, but I'll definitely try my best. So we're going to be recreating the Jordan 4. We're going to be creating a store just for the Jordan 4, and you guys could follow along and do this, and let's go ahead and get started. So I already uploaded the theme here, and I renamed it to my one product store theme, and let's go ahead and publish it. And so you guys are seeing the absolute beginning of it. All right, so once we publish it, we're going to have to create our first product. In this case, this is the product that we're going to be going with, so we'll call it the Air Jordan 4 Tour Yellow. And you guys will see how fast we can create a whole entire store like this. All right. So we get to first, what we want to do is we want to save the images, right? So I'm going to be seeing here, saving the image. Let's just see how it looks. That looks pretty good. So I'm happy with that. Let me get rid of this link, guys. Once again, this is the link where you can order the theme, and read through the landing page, kind of see what kind of benefits they offer, and decide if that's right for you. But I'm just going to continue to use it here. Let's click on active, and let's download some of the images. So let's go to download here and hit the download button. Get some of these images. And we're going to be uploading every single one of these images. So before we even, create the product, we might as well just hit save here and go to our files. So head over to online store, go to our settings, maybe even look for the files button. Here it is. And we're just going to upload all of our files. So upload files. I'm going to be uploading all these files right here. And there was a few that I didn't upload, so it might take a few minutes. Let's go ahead and reload, see what we got going on here so far. So we got a few of them uploaded. Let's just upload the other two. So this one, I believe, I could be missing some, but just in case. And then we'll go over here to the products and upload them. Let's see which ones kind of work the best for the product. Okay, this is definitely not something I'll go with. Let's see here. These are not ideal for me, so I'm just going to go back and download the one that I want to use. And I think I'll go with this image. Why not? Let me see if I already added that one. No, I did not. Okay, so let's go ahead and download it. Let's add that. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to keep two images here as the main product images. So I have this one, and I'll be using this one, the opposite view. And I'll be deleting all the other ones for now. And just as a quick FYI, the theme, you're going to be required to have two pictures here or more for the products. You just can't have one picture. So whatever price this is, let's just say costs $1,400, but obviously it's not. But let's just say it costs that much, and let's increase the quantity here. And we might even create variations for the product. So let's make size 8, let's say, or size 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And 13. Forgot about that 13. And first of all, no, let's delete the 14. Then let's create 14. There we go. Let's make every size available except for 13 and 11. So 13 and 11 will be out of stock, right? So 13 is at 0, 11 is at 0. Let's go ahead and save that. Okay, so everything is saved. Then let's go to our online store and let's begin editing the website. So let's hit customize. You could see here how easy the theme is going to be to edit it and create a one product Shopify store. Okay, just give it a minute because it's the first time loading. So this is the newsletter. We'll work on this a little bit later. The first thing we want to focus on is the main product. So let's go over here, and instead of the night watch, let's go ahead and change this and select the actual product. And what we're going to do, since the product is selected, we need to hit save and just wait for it to kind of reload itself. So you can see here it's kind of reloaded. One of the things that I'm not into that much is this image is it's much taller than this one. So what we could do is we could keep this image, or we could even replace it. So let's go back actually. And you guys will see I sometimes make mistakes, but let's just drag random images here to see which ones work the best. And you know what? I think this one will go good. So we have this image here, and then we have this image, and we'll just delete the rest for now. So hopefully that works. Let's hit delete here. And maybe it will be a longer view, but that's perfectly fine. Let's go back to online store and hit customize. So there we go. We have a longer view here and a longer view here, which is not that bad. If we go to the website here for the online store and take a look at like the other images, they're not too bad. They're about the same. So pretty good. Now here, if you notice, the two products that were out of stock were size 11, size 13. If I click on it, it says the product is currently out of stock. Register your email so you know once it becomes available. And then you enter your email address, and that's really it. The next thing is the product features. So let's head over here to like this gallery. And we notice here that there's image, image, and image. We get to add these specific images. So let's hit select. And what I like to do is I want to select something that kind of zooms in on the product. So this would be a good image, this would be a good image, and maybe this one would be a good image. So let's select the middle one first and select this right here. So something like that. Let's select that. And I just want to see, yep. If once again, every kind of photography situation could be improved slightly. So like what I would rather do is show the whole sneaker instead of like cutting off the very bottom, but that's okay. Not every store is perfect. Let's go ahead and hit select here, and let's select on, for example, this image, right? See how that looks pretty good so far. And I forgot to save that, so that's kind of my fault. Let's hit select here. And let's select on the last one and this image right here. So once again, all three images look pretty good. They're about the same, all the same size. So that does create some uniformity within the shop here. So let's hit save. And remember that we're focusing on a one product Shopify store. So we want the images kind of to show different angles of the products, but we also want it to be all the same product. And now let's add pictures where it says talk about our brand. So here it is. The next one is the Themato image and text. So let's select the actual image. And let's say, for example, right here is what we want to add. So here's an image, for example. We can kind of pick through and choose through what kind of pictures would fit the best. So, for example, this might be a good image. I actually really I like this image right here. And let me just see if this image, yep. I'll go with this one and this one because they're kind of symmetrical to each other. So this image and then this image. So you can see here this one's facing that way, this one's facing this way. So overall, looks pretty good so far for one product store. Let's hit save. And then we here have an option for like a gallery. So this is called the Jordan 4 Tour Yellow. So I'm going to go on Google real quick and try to find some images of the Jordan 4 Tour Yellow, just in a different kind of point of view, and maybe we can score some images. So this is a really good image. Let's see if we can get any more images. Yep. So we're going to use this article for some images. And once again, I don't recommend that you guys kind of take content from other websites. I recommend you come up with your own, but in this case, for me and all my businesses, we have our own photographers. Either I'm shooting the photos, somebody else is shooting the photos, but we always have more than enough content. I always recommend, getting your own content, doing it all by yourself so that you can rely fully on yourself and not run the risk of running into legal problems or any kind of issues taking people's content. But, since we're modeling after stores here, some of you guys might be building one product stores for sneakers. If you guys get to showcase some of the benefits of these sneakers, it works out. Something would be pretty cool is if we can create a gallery here, like a full-on gallery. So there we go. That looks pretty good so far. Let's select another image and select this one. And so that looks pretty good so far. Notice the zoom feature. Okay. And I want to see how many images can we add. Can we add 6 total images? All right, so it'll run all the way across. So it's not going to create like another level of images. So I'll just delete these for now. Let me go ahead and remove block, remove the block, and remove the block. So I'm really satisfied with the way those images look. The next thing we have here is our lookbook. So our lookbook, what I like to do is I like to follow kind of the theme format, which is I'm going to take this general photo and select, or even something similar to it, maybe like this one right here. And then I have to go over here and I have to actually select the product, I believe. So let me check out here what's going on. So on the left here, you have this thing that says Night Watch. Remember, this is their demo. The demo is the Night Watch demo. So we're going to change the product and we're going to select the actual product that we have. And notice here this little button that comes up. Let's just go ahead and hit save. It's not really a button, but it's a pointer in a way that shows what's being focused on. And you could see here, now we have the actual product, the select options button, if it's in stock or not, the pricing, all that kind of cool stuff. And we have here the wish list feature and the quick view feature, right? So it kind of looks like this. For me, guys, I'll be creating like the wish list and all that in the next episode. So all those kind of extra details we'll be creating in the next episode. For the upseller, Themato product slider, in my case, the only products I've added, guys, is this one product. So I won't be using the upseller today. We'll create a whole different episode on that in the future. So I'm going to make it disappear for now, right? So I'm going to do that by hitting this little website preview button. I'm going to make it disappear. All right. And next thing we have video. So actually I skipped one. Sorry. We have these features here. So these features are going to be store related features. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to get some icons, and maybe I'll just use a flat icon for that. And let me go on flat icon before, or I've used it before rather. And I could select like any kind of icon that will kind of make things work here. But for me, I'm just going to stick to these little benefits that are shown here. Free delivery, 30-day return, 24/7 support, etc. If you guys are selling something like, let's say, let's use the company ButcherBox, for example. Use ButcherBox. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about here. So ButcherBox is a place where you get to buy meats. You want to figure out, okay, what do people value? Do they value organic? Do they value grass-fed? Do they value, whatever they value? So you could see here, this is the exact same feature. Unbeatable value, competitive flex, complete flexibility, high-quality meat. You'd want to use those same features right here, right? So basically what these are features that give attention to your brand on what's specifically important about you and what makes you so different. You want to add those there, okay? You want to add the specific icons for them. And finally, we have the blog. So, and we also have the Instagram gallery. How could I forget that? So let's go over here to the Instagram gallery. Let's do that one first. I love the way that the Instagram gallery is set up here. First thing we have to do is select the main image. So let's hit this button right here, Gallery Instagram. Go over to the right and select the main image. We could kind of think about what kind of main image we want to select. Let's say we select this one, and then we kind of select images here. Right, so we have the main image here. This is kind of like, I don't know if it's ideal, but we'll stick to it for now. Let's take a look at some other images. It's okay. Let's see if we could select a different main image. Maybe if we can choose something slightly better. Let's stick with all the images with the white background first. Okay. So we will need to have a wider image, it seems, and other wider images. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pause the screen real quick, edit these images on Canva, and then bring them back here. So as you guys can see, I just created some images on Canva, about 4 images. We'll see how they turn out so far when using them here. So let's open up the zip file that I just created with Canva. Let's upload these new images. Let's wait for them to load. And what we're going to do is we're going to drag this image as the main image. Let's hit select, and now let's add our own images. So you could see here, it's a little bit better. Kind of fits, a little bit better of a look. So let's kind of select the different images here for our gallery. And once again, I kind of like that look. You could see here the difference now in terms of height. And kind of this is the older photo, so the height is a little bit lower. This is the newer photo, so it's about double the size in height. Let's see what happens here. These images are even larger in height, as you could see. So maybe we should just go with the white ones. So for example, if I select this one, if I select, let's say, this one, right? And even the middle one, select this one. It's incredible how fast we could build a store. At least this fast, because you guys know how it is. When you build and this is why I've kind of said before, guys, building a one product store is a little bit easier. Just less stuff is needed, and you could just focus a little bit more on the current content that you have. And you could see here, guys, how it's coming out, and it's looking great thus far. And once again, let's see what other image we can use here. Yeah, this works good. This works well. So you can see here we just literally created an Instagram gallery, right? And it's a viewable gallery with a slideshow feature. So when you hit the play button, it will automatically switch, kind of like what it just did. And then here you have the chart. Now we're in preview mode, so let's just save all our work. And let's create some temporary blogs just to get it going. So let's go back here into our blog section. And guys, blog posts, very, very important, okay? The reason why blog posts are important, guys, is because they help out with your business in terms of content. You want SEO and all that kind of stuff. So we just add an image. We give it some text. Let me just search dummy text here, like some built-in dummy text. And basically this is what people use to have, some built-in text, just, since we're not going to have a serious title for this or anything like that. And let's hit save. Like I said, you guys are seeing everything, and it's not, the camera's not being sped up or anything like that. So you guys are getting the real deal on how fast it is, or how, if it's possible to build a store within 4 minutes. I personally can see how it can happen. I had to sit here and edit some things. I'm explaining some things. If you have all the content that you have available to you, like literally right in front of you, then it makes sense. Yeah, 4-minute store to be built. But if you don't, then it's going to take some time, which is normal for any other store. But you guys saw it didn't take me too long. Like what, less than 20 minutes to create about 90% of the store. So pretty good. Let's just copy and paste, make our last article, and add the image. All right, so let's hit save. Make sure all the articles are visible. So this one is hidden. They're all hidden. So more actions and publish. Now they're all visible. So let's go back to our online store, hit customize. Make sure the blogs are available to us. So they are. The images are available, and that's kind of how the blogs look. So if we click on a blog, you have this little banner. You can edit the, what's up here on the banner, the image and the text with related articles. Really, really clean theme overall. And it's honestly a steal for the price. I mean, This theme is cheaper than Wolf. It's cheaper than the cheapest version of the Wolf theme. For those who don't know, the Wolf theme is a theme that we've talked about very heavily on this YouTube channel. Ever since I started talking about Wolf, the YouTube channel kind of blew up. I never thought I would get this many subscribers, like hitting 1,000. I know 1,000 is not too much for a lot of people. This was the first theme we started talking about. And let me remove this extra feature here. It costs $125 currently, and I always told people use code Warrior, get $25 off the theme. And they do have a really good theme, but this is built for multiple products. It's not ideal for a one product store, at least not that I know of. The way that I set it up, I don't set it up that way. But this is a one-product store, and it's designed to be a one-product store. And we created all the front end, right? Except for these little icons that you could go to, once again, flat icon to download, and just add them. I could just do an example of one real quick. The reason why I didn't is because I don't really, you guys know what I'm saying, is I don't really care for this section too much. It's really not a big deal, but it's self-explanatory how to use it. So it's called the policy here. Let's just select image. Let's add the image. This is the image that all right, no, I select the background image, excuse me. Let me go over here, select the right one. There you go. That's kind of how it works. So, I'll probably do this, forget it. I'll just do it right now. Why not? I'll just pick another 2 images. So let's download this one so that you guys are getting the whole deal here today. All right. And let's see here. Let's add it here. Let's add this. Okay. So let's select, for example, the compass, and let's select this. So you can see here, literally the full store now is built from the front end. The next thing we have to do is we got to create, for example, the add to cart, like for the free shipping motivator thing. Congrats, you got free shipping since free ship any orders above 400. We would have to create upsells so we can get the upsell feature to work. We would have to connect the wish list. For this theme, guys, you don't need to have a wish list. No app needed, comes for free with the theme. And I'll show you guys how to do that in the next episode. So I'll show you guys how to do like the secondary parts to the theme. But this is everything you want to finish. Basically, you could finish it the first day. It's really, really ridiculously easy. And you guys just saw how I did basically everything. And that's really it. All right, guys. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. This is just a quick little view of how it all looks. And yeah, looks pretty good so far. So we're working on it. And once again, hopefully you guys enjoy it. I'll talk to you guys later. All right. Peace.